Hey, good morning, YouTubers. It's Friday, September 27th, 2013. Anyway, it's about 7:15 in the morning. No, actually 7:27. So I got about half an hour ago, and I'm sipping on my 100% Colombian Melita coffee that has some cinnamon in it, and my stevia. So I'm just, I got my, I think it's Brady's, right? Brady's Irish Cream cup. No Irish cream in here though, but anyway. So anyways, I just got up and, brewed the coffee, and then, I weighed this morning and it's 304. So I'm just a shade under. When you get on the scale, I have a scale, it's a doctor's scale, and it goes like around, there's a dial indicator, and it goes up to, the scale goes up to like 400 pounds. But anyways, so it was, I got on it, and, when you get both feet on there and you stabilize yourself and you're standing up straight, you get the best reading. It's not a digital scale, but anyways, so it's just like, you look between the 300 and the 310 because those are clearly marked with lines. And I was like a shade below halfway in between. So that's like, there is a mark, but I can't see that well because I'm standing up and I'm looking down and it's like 6 feet to the scale, right? So, but I mean, I wear my glasses, but these glasses are focus in at like 18 to 24 inches because I'm shorts. I don't know what they call it, nearsighted, farsighted. I get all that mixed up. So I consider myself farsighted because I can see far away and focus in on things far away, like signs, like you're driving down the highway and the signs coming up. I'm one of the first people that can read the sign. Okay, so but for reading, I need to put glasses on to read things that are printed. If the print is big, I can see it easier, but it's still blurry. So anything like, and actually, I get you got to get like 3 or 4 feet away from me to really focus in, because it's blurry. Without the glasses, life is a blur. So, anyways, I was up till we were up Chootchin till like 1 o'clock Eastern time last night, and so that was no, actually it was 12:30. We started about 10:30, and we did about 2 hours, and we had a very good chooch. Jen was able to visit with us last night, and she got some new camera equipment, or more. It was more, not just so much camera equipment. It was internet stuff with the antenna for internet. Rosie purchased it for, and I don't really understand what it is, but she has very poor cell tower reception in where she lives. She lives in a suburb of Kansas City, and apparently there's not very good cell tower reception there. So I guess Rosie is very smart in electronics. She gets stereos and repairs them and stuff like that. So she has like I don't know. She knows something about electronics. I mean, I was in electronics in the Navy, and I don't got a pile of 100 stereos in here. I'm not a stereo repair person like she is, so I don't know. You know, Rosie is a multifaceted person, okay, and she really has a lot of talents, and fixes things, and she's a fixer-upper. Anyway, um, so I what's on the plan for today? I really don't know. I think I should get on the bench. It looks like it's clear out, and we're supposed to get like 20% rain, but that could be a shower in the afternoon. Here in Florida, it's not like New England. In New England, it says it's going to rain out, well, hey, it's going to rain. Like you can figure like half or three-quarters of the day you're going to either get drizzle or hard rain. Well, here it doesn't work that way. I think we've only had like a socked-in day with rain, like New England, maybe 2 or 3 times since I moved here a year ago. And I mean, what happens is we get these clouds come over, and you have like a thunder shower for about 30 to 40 or an hour, and then it just kind of passes, and then the blue sky comes out, the sun, and like an hour later, it's like a beautiful day, and like you never would have known that you had a, a thunder shower or a storm like 2 hours ago. That's the way it is here. It's like the stuff just blows in off the Gulf and across Florida, and they have these, it's like a front, and then it just goes by, and then things clear up real quick. So I kind of like that because, let's say you go out somewhere and it's not raining, but, sometimes I've been caught out because when I go out on the bus, I'm usually gone for like 3, 4, 5 hours. And by the time, it could be perfectly clear out, a beautiful day. And you say, oh, I'm not going to take my umbrella because, you don't want to be lugging that around. Sometimes I use it as a cane to help me walk, but then all of a sudden, you're out at a store or a pub or somewhere, or you start seeing a cloud up. You're at a bus stop waiting for the bus to show up, and there ain't no roof over your head. And then all of a sudden it starts raining. Well, if you ain't got an umbrella with you, you're gonna get wet. I mean, what can you do? But down here, sometimes you can stand under a tree, and the tree will block the rain for quite a while. I mean, it would have to rain an awful lot, to get all that water down through the tree and the leaves. So a lot of people stand under trees if it starts raining and they don't get wet. So, but fortunately, I haven't got drenched when I went out shopping on the bus because, I've been out there when it started to sprinkle, and then here comes the bus. You get on the bus, you're all set, and then when I get dropped off from the bus stop, it's probably 100, yeah, 100 yards from the bus stop to the door to my apartment, So if I got groceries and bags, I just have to lug them, 100 yards. And sometimes just lug them like halfway, stop, just stand there and catch your breath, and then continue on. And then, so even if it's raining, I mean, how much wet are you going to get walking 100 yards? It takes you like, what, a minute? 1 or 2 minutes to walk 100 yards, So it ain't that bad, I mean, so, and then you're home. So if you do get wet, you just take your wet clothes off and hang them up, and then you can change, So anyways, so I may go out. I gotta get some food items. I haven't food shopped in over a week, and I ran out of rice. I haven't had any rice in a whole week, and I'm kind of yearning for it. But you know what? I lost 6 pounds, people. That's almost a pound a day. That's incredible. But see, I have a lot of fluid weight. It isn't just fat. I have fluid weight because I have this heart failure thing. So when I lose 6 pounds, maybe 3 pounds of it or 4 pounds of it was fat, and a couple of pounds is fluid. Okay, so and I take my medications every day now. Uh, I used to skip that water pill. I used to take it like maybe every other day or 2 or 3 times a week on average. I'm supposed to take one every day, but usually when I take it, when that furosemide kicks in, uh, you're going to the bathroom like every 30 minutes for a couple of hours. So I don't like taking that pill until after I'm home. If I go somewhere and I go somewhere, because I'm only taking it once a day. So, if you take it when you're home and in for the rest of the day, night, whatever, well, if you have to go to the bathroom, just walk over there. But it's not nice when you have to go really, really bad. And then, because believe me, there's been a few occasions I had to go so bad, I had to hit the button and get off the bus and go find a tree because I wasn't going to make it home. And there ain't no way I'm going to pee in my pants either. So, you find a discreet place to kind of go, and hope a cop or somebody doesn't complain, I mean. And I used to have this really, really bad, when I was like 400 pounds or 375, my heart, it seems like the more weight I lose too, my heart seems to be chootching better. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to pump blood to like 400 pounds of Fran-Sez. It's pumping blood through 304 pounds of Fran-Sez. So the less fluid and the less fat you have, I think it's easier on your heart to get the blood everywhere it's supposed to go. And I would assume that my blood pressure's gone down too, because when they take your blood pressure on your arm, I mean that's like over here or over here, but that's relatively close to your heart. And when your heart beats, it's got to raise the blood to a certain pressure to get it to move and circulate through your whole body. So as I lose weight, my blood pressure should go down because it's like the head loss. There's less pipes, or so it's a factor of that. And if you start having blockages in your arteries, that constricts the flow. That would tend to cause your blood pressure to go up too. So it's like a piping system. Like I'm an engineer, so your heart and your blood is basically just a fluid system, and your heart pumps the blood around through the lungs to get oxygen, and then it also goes down through your digestive tract, your intestines. That's how the nutrients get into your bloodstream, okay? And then some things are processed through the liver. So, this ain't going to be a lecture on human physiology. Oh my God, we're up to 14 minutes already. Well, anyways, this is my Fran-Sez's human physiology chooch for the day. And yesterday was pub day on Thursday, and I just stayed home. I took care of Fran-Sez. I ate like that mung bean and lima bean soup, which is really good. And really, I don't need to eat rice because I'm getting enough protein with the olive oil, with the lima beans and the green peas and the mung beans. There's all the protein and carb you need for a day right there. And then plus I have carrots because carrots help you with vitamin A. So generally I only buy carrots and broccoli and peas and lima beans because you're getting higher protein there. So I really don't eat a lot of different vegetables. You know, I don't eat hardly any leafy vegetables. I'll get collard greens and add that to the soup. But I'm not real big on salad. If I do go to a restaurant and order Italian food, I'll get a salad. That's the only time. And believe me, I do love salad, but you know what? With all this disease and stuff going around, I don't like eating raw vegetables. I like to steam things. Even if you just steam it for a minute and it doesn't really cook it, it just kind of like sterilizes it. You know what I'm saying? So so anyways, that's what I like to do. So I steam my carrots and I steam my broccoli, and I like it at a certain tenderness and softness, and I'll cook it to that point. And then I don't like overcooking things because then you're losing the flavor. You boil out the sugar out of the carrots, and they don't taste as good. But I'll tell you, I found that if you chop up a sweet potato or a yam, you peel it and chop it up, and you throw that in with the water that you're making the vegetable soup with. That yam, after it's like been simmering in there, it softens up, and you can stir it, use a fork, break it up, and it really thickens up the soup, and it adds that sweet potato flavor to all the other vegetables with the spices I put in there. Hey, I'm eating like a king. I mean, I really am. I mean, it's like I go out to eat and I look at things like burgers and hot dogs and I go, oh my God, am I gonna eat that? You know? So I mean, when you get on this organic food and just eat soups and rice casseroles and things, it changes your entire appetite and taste for food. I mean, you eat other stuff, and I've gone to Chicago Pizza, and I like to go there, and I probably will go there this weekend. Oh, I love their meatball and pasta plate. It's like 10.99, and you can get beer in there. You can get a pint of Coors Original beer for $2. They have, it's a special, and you can get Coors Light, Miller Light, Bud Light, in a bottle, and they charge like $3.50 to $5 depending on what beer or ale you're drinking out of the tap. But they have a special where you can buy, canned or those. They got those aluminum cans that are pints. Get one of them for $2. So you go there and you have 2 pints of beer with your meal. It costs you $4 for 2 pints of beer. And even if, let's say, you wanted to get a third pint, that's $6. It costs $6 for a 6-pack of beer at the supermarket. And if you get 3 pints, that's equal to 4 12-ounce bottles of beer, right? So, it's really only costing you, and then you don't have to go to the supermarket and then lug the beer home, right? And to me, that's worth 2 beers. So, that's what I do. So, and then I don't have nothing at the house here. So I just drink coffee, and I filter water and boil it, and I put that in a water jug in my refrigerator. So I have 1 to 2 quarts of cold, filtered, boiled water in my refrigerator all the time. So, so when I need to take some medication or my vitamins or whatever, or I'm just thirsty and I want a glass of cold water, it's in the refrigerator. I just take it out. I'll drink it right out of the bottle. I'm the only one here. So, I mean, I don't, what's the point? Why? But if I do have an empty coffee cup, I'll rinse the cup out and then I'll put the water in the cup and then put the jug back in the refrigerator. But hey, that's it. So I'm really living a detoxified lifestyle here. Everything I eat and drink is filtered. All the water I use to make coffee or cook with is filtered twice and boiled, you know. So like, that's what I mean. I'm still got the sniffles because like 3 weeks ago, tomorrow, Saturday, I went to this Golden Corral and I started getting a sore throat like within an hour after I left that place. So I picked something up there. So I ain't going back to a place like that, you know? Forget it. So, you know, you're taking a risk. When I go to China buffet, the first thing I do is I order my tea, and then you go up and get the food you want, right? Well, the first thing I do is I go to the restroom and I wash my hands with antibacterial soap because I just came in off the bus, you know, so I got bus germs and whatever anybody else was touching on the bus. If I touch a handrail or something, you know, I want to wash and get all that stuff off my hands. Then I hit the buffet table, okay, with clean hands, okay. And if I'm one of the first people that gets there, like when it opens at 11 o'clock, well, chances are I ain't gonna pick up anything on those spoons that are in the trays for each, you know, food selection you can make, because they got 3 or 4 buffet tables, you know. They got like 3 tables with food and appetizers on it, and then they got 1 table for desserts, and then they got a sushi table, you know, at the other end. And I don't eat that stuff. You know, they got somebody in there making sushi, and they have all these selections, and it's amazing. You know, I mean, and they only charge like $6.99 for lunch there. So it's like, wow, you know, I mean, and they make all this stuff that probably adds a lot of cost to the, you know, to their cost because they're making all this stuff, and they got ice cream and cakes and, you know, 80% of what they put out on those buffet tables I never eat because I don't eat the bread or the dough, and I don't eat a lot of the fried stuff or anything that's hot and spicy. I pretty much just stick to the fried rice and green vegetables, and they have fish, and you know, I'll take they have baked salmon, and I'll take that, and sometimes I'll have some chicken too, maybe a couple fried chicken wings or something like that, you know, and then they have chicken too. They got bourbon chicken. All kinds of, they got like 3, 4, or 5 different chicken trays with different, you know, tastes, and you know, and I don't really eat any of that stuff. I like the bourbon chicken. I'll have some of that once in a while, but I pretty much just eat the rice and the vegetables and have some fish. That's it. You know, and then they have soup there too. So, you know, sometimes I'll just put the rice on my plate and then get some of that seafood soup and just pour that on top of the rice. So I don't really eat the soup in a bowl. You know, I just add it. You know, and put the soup. Yeah, pour the soup with the ladle on top of like a pile of rice, and it flavors up the rice a little bit better. You know. Okay, well, we're up to 24 minutes, and this is going to take a long time to upload. So, anyways, this is Fran-Sez signing off, and have a good day. Today's Friday, and hope everybody has a good weekend. Love you all. Bye-bye.